back to my channel. I'm Liam. Oh, what can we say about this round? This is an absolute disaster. Barely anything went right. It pretty much started on the Saturday Arvo. Um, wasn't too bad. I did have Friday night where Short put up a 61. McCluggage couldn't hit triple figures, but then just before half time, Geelong Gold Coast. Duncan was cruising along 62, heading towards an absolute monster. Gets concussed. He was against Gold Coast. I was expecting 120. He was heading towards 120. And what does he do? Gets 62, doubled, and is out next week. To make matters worse, my other captain Joyce goes 153. My trade-ins this week were fine. Brought in Kelly this week, 110. Pretty solid. Take that any day of the week. Also made some massive rookie choice mistakes, which cost me a fair bit. Plus cost me a fair bit of cash as well. With all these things going around, there's a few positives. Roy Laird, 117, Stewart, 91, Hall, 122. Very pleased with those three. Hall's been a great trade-in for me. Where would I be if I didn't bring him in last week? Short, as I said, had an absolute howler. Markov, that's not good enough. And Ridley, someone I paid fairly high price for, has not repaid me for what he scored early. I probably bit the bullet too early on him, and I've reaped the pain in that. 77 is not good enough. Kazitsky's 51. Pleased with that. I brought Murray in this week so I could get to Kelly. He scored that double. He scored 15 of that in the last 2 minutes of that game. So hopefully he keeps that momentum up for the rest of the time. As I said, Duncan, that's the story that I don't want to talk about. McRae was awesome. Hard to watch because I knew there was a fair few out there with the C on him. Taranto Merritt did what they had to do with 112, 113. Were everywhere in both their games. McCluggage started like a house on fire and then couldn't find the ball in the second half and struggled his way to 97. And I had to VC him because he was the only way I could do a loop with Highmore, but that wouldn't have eventuated anyway because Highmore was the medical sub. I wouldn't have risked that. Jordan, solid 64, Robertson 72, Collier Dawkins 59. You can't complain about that. The mistake I made Friday night was putting Robertson in my midfield. This locked me either choosing between Scott Rowe and Tracy or Thilthorpe for that F6. Went Scott for 21. Could have gone anyone else for 20 more points. But the worst thing I could have gone Burns, which would have given me 86 more points if I had Scott in the midfield, and then I could have done many more things with him. But stupidly, I locked my mid forward in the midfield, and that paid me terribly. So some absolute stupid mistakes. But I wouldn't have expected Burns against Bulldogs to go that high, and Scott being injured, he wasn't going to score more than 30, 40 anyway. But for them winning by 111, you expect a player to score more than 20 at half time. Grundy, awesome. Great to watch. Flynn, 75. Probably his scoring potential is a bit down with having to play the forward, more forward with Mumford. Might get ruck forward status around 18, but they will probably not much worth back then, but he keeps moving on up. Zeeble, solid 104. As I said, Kelly, good work. And now this bunch, Phillips, I've been wanting to get rid of him for so long. I don't know why I started him. got hooked on for that pre-season game, and the buys can't come soon enough. Powell and Warner probably should have gone last week, but had to get rid of Bergman, so they're probably on the chopping block. These two this week. I need to look at what rookies are available. I barely watching the footy after the Duncan incident. I just couldn't stand it. um, Rove was very solid with 71. Glad I held him. He was going to be traded last week. Treacy 46. Hopefully that puts up his cash for a little bit. And Highmore did not play. Um, so I hope Sewell did better than me. I hope I can bounce back from an absolute howler. I'll have to bench Duncan and watch Burns go 30 next week when I have him on the field. So till Tuesday, where I'll give my trade talk. Have a good one.